Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have sad news. Pope Francis has passed away this morning at around 7:35 Central European time. Pope Francis was born Jorge Mario Bergoglio in Buenos Aires back in 1936. He was 88 years old. He has been the Pope now for just over 12 years, since the 13th of March in 2013. And one of the reasons that I cover this, we did a video about him about 6 or 8 weeks ago when he did get sick, is because he was a big fan of cycling. And he had this great line once back in 2018 where he said, "The church is like a bicycle. It stays upright as long as it keeps moving." And I think that's a really fantastic way for a pope to think, because you cannot have a church that is stuck in the 8th century, the 12th, even the 20th century. Society changes. And I think this Pope was very aware of that. And he was always a huge supporter of the poor and outcast and people who lived lives of struggle. So I think it's really interesting that he used a bicycle analogy for that. Now, it goes beyond that a little bit, because I know that he's had several audiences with people related to cycling. I know that he had an audience with Peter Sagan after Sagan won his 2016 World Championship. I know that he had an audience with Egan Bernal. I think it was 2019 or 2021, after he won his Giro d'Italia. And he's also had some big charity ride groups that have come in for audiences for people raising money for cancer awareness. So a big fan of cycling there. So what happens now? In the Vatican, there's a person called the Camerlengo, and he's in charge of all the affairs of state. And when the Pope passes away, the Camerlengo takes over day-to-day operations of the Vatican until a new Pope is elected. So the Pope will lie in state for 4 to 6 days, giving people a chance to go by and pay their respects. You can imagine, with Easter Sunday being yesterday, and the Pope actually did make an appearance during Easter Mass, that there are hundreds of thousands of people in Rome right now for the holidays. So I think this is an opportunity for Catholics to pay those last respects over several days. The Pope himself has asked for a very simple funeral, a very simple burial process. He's going to be buried in a wooden box, which is uncommon, and he will not be laid to rest in St. Peter's. He will be in the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore. So again, he's opting, or has opted, for a simpler way in his passing. So what happens with the election of the new Pope? 15 to 20 days from now, a conclave will be convened, and they will vote. The College of Cardinals will get together, and they will vote for a new Pope. I know there's been a lot of discussion already recently because of the health situation of Pope Francis leading up to his death today, but this College of Cardinals will convene and they will vote. And if they cannot get to a 2/3 majority, what they do is they tear up the little slips that they vote on, and these slips are burned with something that creates black smoke. And when the black smoke comes out of the chimney, that means to the whole Catholic world and the people who will be in the Vatican watching for this, that means that nobody has been elected yet. And they will continue to vote until they get to that 2/3 majority. And then they will put something in with the papers that will release white smoke. And once the white smoke is released, then we know we'll have a new Pope. So that's pretty much where we are. This news is very fresh. The Pope has passed away, Pope Francis, at the age of 88 this morning at around 7:30 a.m. Central European time at the Vatican. He had been sick for several months, had been making a recovery, and was out and about again. But today he did succumb to his illnesses and has passed away. So that's the news for right now. I'm sure everybody will be following this story over the next 2 to 3 weeks as we move through his funeral and on to the conclave. And I'm guessing that in about 3 to 4 weeks we will have a new Pope. So take care for now, and see you next time.